Hello everyone. This is a Lenovo G505 with LA9912P motherboard, which has no image. Let me check to see if it turns on or not. I plug in the adapter. The device switches on. Let me check the initial voltages first. This is 5 volt. 5 VALW is run on the CPU. They are CPU voltages. All turn over the board. 3.3 VALW need to be present here. This is VRAM voltage and it is proper. The device is on and I can say that it's almost booted. But to be sure, I need to check the signals too. But instead of doing that, I can connect LCD and test it. I'll connect LCD to the board. Let's see if there is image or not. I'll switch on the device. It's switched on. And unfortunately there is no image. Now that I touched the flat cable, I realized it is hot. This means LCD or flat cable might be shorted. Let me put the LCD somewhere else and test it with CRT cable.
Hello everyone, today I'm excited to introduce you to Finti, game-changing accounting software designed for businesses like yours. Whether you're running a repair shop, a retail store, or any service-oriented business, Finti is here to revolutionize how you manage your finances and operations. Join me as we explore the key features that make Finti the go-to solution for small to medium-sized businesses. Efficient repair shop management. Let's begin with repair shop management. Finti allows you to seamlessly handle device repairs. Imagine printing receipts with just a click or sending eco-friendly text messages to your clients automatically. No more hassle, just efficient and organized repair shop management. Invoices and financial transactions. Creating invoices and tracking financial transactions have never been easier. Whether you're issuing receipts or managing expenses, Finti simplifies the process. Plus, if your team works on commissions, Finti's got you covered. Set commission percentages effortlessly and let the software handle the calculations, providing you with detailed reports. User-friendly tutorials. Now let's talk about how to use Finti. Finti is designed with you in mind. Accessing tutorial videos is just a click away. Whenever you have a question or need guidance, simply click on the red icons within the software to watch related tutorial videos. And if you need assistance, feel free to reach out to our support team. They are ready and eager to help you whenever you need. Online accessibility and global currency support. With Finti, flexibility is key. Access your account and manage your business from anywhere, anytime using your smartphone or laptop. And guess what? Finti supports over 20 major world currencies, ensuring users from around the globe can easily navigate and utilize the platform. Don't see your currency? No problem. Our support team is here to assist you, customized to suit your business. Whether you're in the repair industry or looking for top-notch accounting and inventory management. We can even disable features you don't need, providing a personalized experience just for you. In conclusion, Finti is not just accounting software. It's a business companion designed to simplify your operations and boost your efficiency. Join the global community benefiting from Finti's powerful features. Subscribe now, use the exclusive 50% discount coupon, and let Finti elevate your business to new heights. Thank you for watching and happy managing.
I'll check if there would be image or not.
کابل CRT من تصویر دارم یا خیر.
I'll set the monitor image output on CRT,
خروجی CRT
and I switch on the device.
سویچ میکنم.
It switched on.
سویچ شد.
Let's wait and see if there would be LCD image or not.
LCD میاد یا خیر.
As you see,
می‌بینید
LED light of LCD is not green yet, it's orange,
چراغ LCD نارنجی رنگ است و سبز
meaning motherboard didn't receive any signals,
سمت مادربرد دریافت نکرد.
even though it turned on.
روشن هست.
The first thing to do is to change RAM.
باید انجام بدین تعویض رم هست.
The rest of the components are disconnected. As I said, I need to change RAM.
رم رو تعویض کنین.
For the next step,
مرحله بعدیش
I need to check components of the board, such as LAN,
چک بکنیم با هم دیگه. مثل لن،
Wi-Fi adapter,
فشار وایرلس که در حال حاضر موجود نیست.
audio IC,
صدا.
and after checking all of them,
که بررسی کردیم
I can program BIOS,
سراغ این که بایوس بزنیم
and also program the IO which is KB9012, to see which of the options will solve the problem.
موارد مشکلمون برطرف میشه.
Before doing any of that,
همه این کارا
as flat cable was hot, I need to check board temperature,
تست حرارتی میگیرم از روی بورد
to see if any component, other than CPU, overheats or not.
به غیر از CPU یا خیر.
I'll switch on the board.
کارو سویچ
Its power jack is problematic.
برقش هم مشکل داره.
I'll switch on the board and check the temperature.
و تست حرارتی ما انجام میدم.
This is CPU.
اون هست.
This is PWM circuit. And this is its controller which is getting hot because the CPU is running.
جریان کشی داریم.
And another component is getting hot here.
که اینجا گرم میشه.
And there is no other hot component.
این نداریم که گرم بشه. حالا این قطعه‌ای که اینجا گرم میشه دقیقاً
The overheating component here is LAN IC.
لنمون هست که گرم
I'll
میشه.
remove it
من
from
اینو
the
از
board
بورد برمی‌دارم.
and test the laptop. If problem was solved, I'll replace the LAN IC with a new part.
جایگزین میکنم ببینم مشکل همین قطعه بوده یا خیر. مرحله اول پس من
So the first thing I need to do is to remove LAN IC and check image again. Let's see what happens. I removed LAN IC.
خارج کردم.
Now I plug in the adapter. Now I want to check image by CRT. Let's see if there would be image or not. Motherboard switched on. LED light is orange. There is no image yet. This means there is another problem. I'll change RAM too. I'll test it with the new RAM and see if the problem gets solved or not. I changed RAM but it didn't solve the problem. And there wasn't still any image. I programmed EC and BIOS. Make sure to use the same version of BIOS and EC files for programming. In other words, use the same backup file and program both of them. Meaning, don't just program one of them. When you don't know what the problem is, try not to leave anything unclear. And program BIOS and EC with same version of files. And make sure to use working files for programming. I programmed them. Now I want to check image again. I'm switching on the device. As it's the first time, it might take time. Let's wait. It's still orange. It got green now. There is image. So the board is okay until here. An image appeared by CRT, meaning CPU, RAM, BIOS file, EC and their connections are all okay. And all voltages are provided. So there is no doubt about it. Now it's time to connect its own LCD and check image. LCD flat cable got hot when I connected it, which might be because of problematic LCD, shorted flat cable, or problematic components around LVDS socket. I'll test them one by one to see what the problem is. This is the schematic file of the device. Let's check it out. You can also see the board and components on the lower side of the screen. The device is on. Even if it wasn't on, you can use table of voltage rails, which I showed you on previous videos, to see what voltages need to appear while adapter is plugged in and laptop is off, meaning S5 stage, and also voltages that appear after switching and when the device is on. You can check the stages on power sequence table too. Meaning, you'll find out how device switches on and learn when different voltages need to appear. My device is on, but its flat cable gets hot. As I was checking the components around LVDS socket, a component caught my attention. It's Q70 MOSFET. As you see, this part is burned, which is because of overheating. I'll check this MOSFET and this IC to see what they are and what their duties are. Let me search Q70 on the schematic. As you see, let me zoom in. This is the MOSFET that drives camera and provides 3 volt for it by the command that it receives. I haven't checked which component sends the command, but when CMOS_on gets sent, pin gate gets activated and 3VS enters camera block, which activates the camera. This MOSFET was overheated and burned. I'll check and see if it works. Maybe even in this situation, it performs its duty, or it's problematic. The next component to check is U72IC. As you see, this is LCD power circuit. It is the circuit that provides voltage of LCD, which means it is the switcher of LCD. EPU, Central Processing Unit, sends the N command. An LCD VDD voltage receives some signals from LCD. And when CPU realizes that, this command gets sent. Then LCD voltage needs to be provided from U72. 3 volt is its input voltage. And when in enters, VOUT needs to send 3 volt to panel. Voltage needs to be transferred to LCD panel through LVDS cable. As LVDS flat cable overheated. It most probably means that flat cable has a problem. I'll disassemble LCD and check it to see what the problem is and why the cable overheats. But before that, I'll check initial voltages on LVDS socket to see if they are present or not. I installed device's heatsink, otherwise CPU overheats and might get damaged. So I installed device's heatsink, and now I'll plug in the device. I'll check voltages and see if the main voltages are present on LVDS socket or not. I should say that some voltages get present when LCD panel is connected. They get present after that. I'll switch on the device. It's on and fan starts spinning. I'll check voltages by the help of schematic. Let's see what voltages need to be present. This is LVDS socket. As you see, B+ needs to enter pins 1 and 2. I'll check their voltages. Yes, it is 20 volt, so B+ is present. And the rest of the signals get present when LVDS gets connected. I can check 3VS. I can check 3VS underscore CMOS 2, which is for the burned MOSFET. I'll check this MOSFET too. Its P channel and 0 volt needs to be present on its gate pin. This is source pin. This is gate pin and it is 0 volt. And this is drain pin. It is almost performing its duty properly, but there is voltage drop of 0.4. Meaning, it has converted 3.3 volt to 2.9 volt. But it can perform its duty almost properly. But it's better to change this component, because it might get shorted and damage the board. I'll check U72 too. This is its input voltage. VIN enters its pin 5. As you see, 3 volt is present. Voltage of pin 4 is normal too. Pin 3 is in of EPU. As LCD is not connected, it is absent. Therefore, VOUT is absent too. I checked 3VS direction. I'll check pin 24 too. As 3VS is present, it's definitely present on LVDS too. I need to check the rest of the voltages when LVDS flat is connected. And also when LCD is connected. When I checked the voltages, I realized LVDS is not shorted. Or extra voltage doesn't enter the LVDS cable. That causes it to overheat. The flat cable is most probably problematic. I'll cut it open to see what the problem is, and see if it can be repaired or not. I plugged out flat cable from LCD to make sure if the cable is problematic. Now I plug it in and check if it gets hot or not. I'll perform the test quickly so that the board won't get damaged.
به بردم وارد نشه و شما دوستان ببینید من این کار رو انجام میدم.
I plugged in the device,
به برق متصل کردم.
and now I switch it on.
سویچ میکنم.
Yes, as you see, flat cable is overheating, and the heat goes all the way up to this part. Only that part is hot. I plug out the adapter to prevent from damaging the board. So now we realize that the flat cable is problematic. I need to cut it open and see what the problem is and why it's shorted. It's a bit hot. I plug it out and put away the motherboard. Let's check flat cable. The part that usually gets damaged is under the hinge. I'll start searching from that part. As you saw when I tested the heat, it overheated until this part. And it wasn't hot after this part. Therefore, the shorted part must be here. I'll remove the adhesive. But I won't show the process to have a shorter video. I'll cut open the flat cable and show it to you. I opened the cable. I accidentally cut this wire, which is GND, but it's all right. I can connect it. This is the part under the hinge. And the wires are stuck together, which means that the temperature was high. It melted the plastic coating. Therefore, the wires got shorted. I need to check each of the wires by taking each one out and pulling it. Make sure not to pull intensely. If a wire is disconnected, torn, the plastic layer gets stretchy. The copper wires are GND. I won't check them. There are some twisted pairs of wires. This exact part is melted. Therefore, the shorted part must be here. I need to check each wire of these pairs of wires to see if they are disconnected or not. I also need to check the plastic coating to see if it is melted or not, because even this cover is conductor. I mean this part. And if stripped wires contact this part, they get shorted to GND and cause problems for the device. I'll check each of the wires and see if I can find the damaged one or not. As 3-volt MOSFET of camera was damaged. I think the wire that's related to camera has gotten damaged. And that part has shorted. So I need to check the colors of wires from camera side and find them in this direction to see if they're shorted or not. As you see, I cut open the flat cable and separated the wires that were stuck together. Unfortunately, outer shield of more than 10 wires of this flat cable were melted and stuck together. I can tape all around the wires. But as there are so many wires and I would need to tape all of them, this part would be so thick. Therefore, it might be shorted, torn apart when it's placed inside the hinge. So it's better to change the flat cable, but I'll tape them to perform the initial test and check if image would be okay or not. One of these wires were cut, so I need to solder it. I taped the stripped parts of the flat cable and solved the short circuit. Now I want to perform the test. I plugged it in LCD. I'll switch it on and check the image. Display has a bit of delay, so I need to clear ME region. I need to solve this problem. Yes, there is image now. And there is no problem with it. But as there are too many taped wires, the flat cable would be too thick. That's why it would most probably be torn if it's inside the hinge. That's why I prefer changing the flat cable. Anyway, there is image and the problem of cable got solved. The next problem is LAN IC that was overheating. And I needed to change it. I'll change it. Let's see if the device will work or not. I placed LAN IC and programmed BIOS file. Earlier I said I needed to clear ME region by mistake. But this device has an AMD CPU, and they don't have ME region, and there is no need to clear them. I programmed EC and BIOS, and display delay problem got solved. I placed the IC, and I changed the MOSFET that was for enabling camera. I replaced it with another MOSFET. Let's check voltage and display now, and see if the problem of the device got solved or not. I'll switch on the device. Power jack is problematic. It probably needs to be changed. Laptop switched on. Image needs to appear now. It takes time to boot as the CMOS battery is not placed. As you see, there is image. I'll turn it off and on again to check the speed. As you saw, image appeared. But as hard drive is not installed, it didn't boot up. I press the Nova button. It gets stuck at boot menu. I'll check voltage. 2.9 volt appeared on the MOSFET before. I'll check it again. Input and output are 3.3 volt. The MOSFET doesn't have voltage drop anymore, because I changed it. And LAN IC doesn't overheat anymore. The device is completely repaired and doesn't have any problems anymore. Hope it was a useful video for you all. Thanks for watching.